Okay, so for this episode of Creature Type Sorcery, I'm going to try and teach you Momir Basic, which is a really fun random format on Magic Online. I really enjoy playing Momir Basic every time I need a break from the usual competitive formats, because this involves a lot of more random stuff. So what is it? Well, it's a format where you play with a constructed deck. You have 60 cards and one avatar. I'll show you the deck here. This is the deck I'm running. Let's start with the avatar. It's Momir Vig, Simic Visionary. This is, I believe, the altered art version. Anyway, you might know him from Commander. He says, your starting life total is increased by 4, which means you have 24 life in this format. And you can pay X and discard a card. And then you put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of a creature card with converted mana cost X chosen at random. You can only do it once and only in sorcery speed. Now, so what that means is you're going to get an army of creatures based totally on random to fight your opponent with. And this is the fun part, and this is what differs it from the usual constructed decks in, say, Legacy or Standard or Modern. You need 60 cards in your deck, and they're all basic lands. So the deck is by no means expensive. If you're lazy, the Magic Online store sells them for $9.99. So if you can get it that way pretty easily. I built mine myself because I have a shitload of basics on my account. And I'm running 19 mountains and 19 swamps, because I think those two colors are the most prominent. Because, well, first of all the dragons and a lot of other creatures has fire breathing, which is pay 1 red mana and give it 1+ power. And that could be good, that could end a game. Black, because there's a lot of creatures with activated abilities that cost black to, say, destroy target creature, which is very nice. I'll play 8 forests because, well, for the same reason, activated abilities, upkeep costs, planes, again the same. And I only play 6 islands because this is, in my opinion, the most dangerous land to run. Because when you get up there in CMC, there's a lot of big creatures with island walk. Also, there's a lot of big creatures that can't attack unless you control an island. So it's a double-edged sword, really. So, and I'm also running 2 waste with the introduction of all the new Eldrasis from the Battle of Zendikar block, and all my lands are from that block because, well, yeah, they're just beautiful. This is so beautiful, as is this. Anyway, you can build your deck with whatever basic lands you want. You don't have to, you don't really have to. If you think it's better to run more white, you do run more white. If you don't want to run wastes, don't. It's totally up to you. Now, when you're playing, I've found that there are one strategy that is pretty good to try and stick to. Again, you don't have to. And that is, if you're on the draw, you make your first creature on turn 2. And if you're on the play, on turn 3. And that way, the math, which I don't understand, adds up, and you can keep churning out 8 mana dudes when you get there. And that is the good part. You want to do that. Now, there is a couple of creatures you have to have in mind or be really happy to get. And the first one is Vorinclex, the green Praetor. He's an 8 mana guy, so once you start churning out 8 mana guys, you can be very lucky and get this guy, because he makes your land tap for double mana, and your opponent's land doesn't untap their next turn after they're used. And this can let you ramp up to 15, and we all know what creature costs 15. It's Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. And if you get Emrakul, there's a 99% chance that you're gonna win the game. Now, when you pay 15, there's actually 2 creatures as 15. There's a worm as well. That worm is pretty good, but it's Emrakul you want. Another thing to keep in mind is all the archetypes that were introduced during the Theros block. and especially the blue one, Imagination, that gives all your creatures flying and remove flying from all your opponent's creatures, which basically means they can't block anything you have, and you usually win the game or lose the game depending on which side of it you are on. If you can kill it, kill it. Another thing to keep in mind is that when you make a creature with converted mana cost 7, there is a risk that you're getting Phage the Untouchable and lose the game right out of there. I looked this up. There's like 320 plus creatures with 7 converted mana cost, so the risk of getting Phage is pretty small. But it is something to keep in mind. Some people just don't care because the odds are in your favor that you're not getting her, and some people is just playing it extra safe and do not make 7 drops, which I respect both sides. So that's about it. The deck. It's a little bit about strategy. I wonder if there was anything else I was gonna say. I don't think so. So let me play a few games and show you. Okay, so let's see if we can take what I talked about earlier and put it through a game. I want to go first. And this hand is a keep. It's always a keep. And I'm gonna play a swamp, and since I'm on the play, I'm gonna try and make the first creature on turn 3. Just gonna F6 through the beginnings here. Never seen this island before. It's really an island. Let's see if our opponent is creating a dude. Nope. Always click the avatar first, or else you have to click every single mana down here. This is much easier. Dishing the island because reasons, a flicker wisp. Okay, turn the card to business controllers. Okay. Yes, I just have to bounce land then. That's a pretty aggressive creature. 3/1 flyer. Can I get my mountain bag? Thank you. I really like these lands. Really old school. What is Bouncing Beebles? Can't be blocked as long as defending player controls an artifact. Okay. I do not control an artifact. Let's see what we get for 4. Goblin Berserker. First strike, haste. Okay, then we're just gonna ship in the team, see if he wants to trade. No trades. Well, it was first strike, so let's see. Nope. Now we're just gonna pass the turn again. Well, F6, since we have nothing to do. What will it be? It will be a Defender and Vec. Fading 4. Remove a fade counter. Prevent the next 2 damage that will be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Okay. Let's see. 5 mana gives us Goodbye Forest. Gives us a Jelen Sphinx. It's a Flying Vigilance 1/5. When it attacks, other attacking creature gets +1/+1 on its end of turn. I'll fly in with this. He can remove a fate counter to just take 1. Maybe he can remove more to take even less, but he's gonna keep the creature around. We'll always yield to this. Cowboy Climber. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. That's not too shabby. So this is basically what Momir Basic is about. Creating random creatures on your way to 8 mana, which is where most of the creatures will be made. Let's play another Swamp. This is 6 mana. Ditch the Forest. Deep Fire Elemental. XX1. Destroy target artifact or creature with converted mana cost X. Interesting. Fly in. He took 5. Or she. He could be a female opponent. I don't really want to kill any creatures here. Doubt I have enough mana to do anything really good anyway. Let's see. This is a sign that they play Momir Basic a bit because they have all the old school lands. Minotaur Abomination 4/6. Okay. I'm gonna make a 7. Let's hope it's not Phage. 1 in 320 something. It wasn't the Rock Shard Elemental. Double Strike. Ooh. Double Strike. Let's keep flying in. Yep. Could have attacked with this. It became a 5/5, but never mind. 5 in the air is pretty good. Opponent down to 6. Let's see, this is soon gone. At the beginning of the map, you remove a fate counter if you can't sacrifice it. Okay. So it's gonna exist one turn without counters. Ooh, Gargantuan Gorilla. That's a lot of text. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a forest. If you sacrifice a snow forest this way, blah blah blah. My opponent doesn't have snow forest. Tap. Deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. And that creature deals damage equal to its power to Gorilla. It's fighting. But my opponent scooped this up, so we'll see you. I'll record another game. This was pretty fast. Let's see, back again. For the second game, we went to sideboard, we came back, we didn't change anything. Waiting for my opponent to decide who goes first. Come on, opponent. There we go. That's a lot of swamps, but I'm gonna keep it. Move the island back there. Never had that many swamps in my opening hands ever, actually. F6 to my turn. We drew another swamp. This is a sign of what? I don't really know. Maybe we'll get black creatures or a creature with black inactivations. All those swamps gotta mean something. Let's see what my opponent is doing. Oh, mountain. I'm on draw. I want to make a dude. I'll ditch the island. Jeering Instigator. When it's turned face up. It's okay, so it's just a 2/1. It's just a 2/1. Okay. Creature on the board. Flesh Carver. Intimidate. Sacrifice another creature, put 2+1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, you get an XX, where X is its power. Let's play this Wastes. We'll ditch Swamp, I guess. Let's see. What will it be? Keldon Arsonists. Sacrifice 2 lands, pay a mana, destroy target land. No thanks. We're just gonna attack, see if he wants to trade. I'm gonna call him, my opponent, her, because the name is God herself, so that sounds female to me. Traded. He gets another dude. Fine with that. Done for the turn. Real token creature, not just a whatever token creature thing. Voice of Duty. Protection from green, flying. Okay. No attacks? Okie dokie. I'll throw the waste. I don't think I ever need more than one. Scrap basket. Scrap basket, huh? One scrap basket becomes all colors until end of turn. That is bad. Okay, that's a weird card. There's a lot of weird scarecrows in the game. That Shadowmoor Lorwyn block was weird in a way. Noble is a war. More flyers. This one is pretty good. Ooh, this one is pretty good. I need some... What? Why didn't you attack with this? My opponent should have attacked with this. But hey, I'm happy. Get rid of the Swarm. Article Wind Form. Never seen this before either. A 3/3 flyer, which I can't do anything with. It's just a 3/3 flyer. I'm pretty much done here. Could have attacked with a scrap basket. She just blocks with the Noblesse. Not my creature dies. Well, you gotta start attacking with your flyers. Phyto Titan. When it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of his or her next upkeep. That's just gonna keep coming back, huh? Attacks? Attacking with both. Let's see, I do want to block this. Can't kill that. At least here we're trading. Unless I missed something. Nice. Let's see what my opponent want to do. Probably pass the turn. Probably pass the turn would be nice. Okay, I want a big flyer. Come on, deck. I want a big flyer. But I need some flying. Tolsimir Wolfblood. It's pretty good, but it's not flying. I'll attack with this. Either he trades with the horror token, or blocks with the Titan, or takes 3. Okay. Okie dokie. This is a Dark Plains. Still liking it. Glade Cavalry enters the battle with support 6. Put a +1 counter on each of up to 6 other target creatures. Oh god. Yep. That's... I think this game is over. Let's see. Oh boy. 10-3. I don't really want to take 10 damage, that would be nasty. Let's do this. Let's just chomp that one. Oh boy, gaining life as well. That Claydart Cavalry is a beast. Okay, removal on a stick, please. I need some removal. I'm just gonna get Phage. I can feel it in my bones. Can't come up with anything on 7 that could save me right now. Come on, opponent. Click OK. Great Whale. Untap up to 7 lands. Okay. Could make another guy. Here we go. I could just do it once. Never mind. I forgot. Only as a sorcery and only once each turn. I said that in the intro. Maybe I should take my own lessons. This is a beautiful island right there. Coney Hydra. 8/8 trample. Oh boy. Yep. I'll block. Can block and kill the token. Can't block that. There I just chomp. But if I don't, I'll die. So I'll do this, and I'll block that as well. Take 6, and I'll have to get something really good now. And I mean really good. Like, so good that it doesn't exist. But let's see what we get. It's not over until the fat lady is singing. Get rid of that swamp. Return all other non-land permanents. Perfect! That's exactly what I needed. That's cool. That's cool. I'm still on the board. Yes. This is a good guy. I should have mentioned this in the intro of creatures you want, because you want this if you're behind. If you're not behind, and are you kidding me? Seriously? Okay, fine. The War of the Leviathans. I would say that is pretty rare. Oh, 7/6. This spider can actually eat a Leviathan. That spider's gotta be catastrophically big. If that is... And I'm wow. I just... Game logics. Not Vorinclex, please. This is Sisters of Stone Death. Okay. Pay green to make something block. Green and a black to exile target creature blocking or blocked. Tune a black. Put a creature card exile with Sisters onto the battlefield. Oh my god. Thankfully tokens cease to exist if they leave. More Kedorek Leviathans, please. And then don't let my opponent get one. What is this? Imperial Archangel. All damage I would take goes to him or her instead. Flying Shroud. Huh, do I attack here? Yeah, I do. Because I have this and I can give my opponent a free counterattack, which might be a bad idea. Because then I'm left with no creatures. But my opponent traded, which is nice. Keeping the board clear and clean. Slipstream Serpent. Can't attack unless defending player controls an island, which I don't. So don't play any islands. I'm not playing islands. I'm not playing lands at all, by the way, unless I get something that draws me a land or stuff. Wait. Oh, I got one of those stupid creatures. Where's my chat? I want to see what that was. Let's pass the turn first, just to speed things up a bit. Okay, come back here. Better get him a body bag, yeah? Let's see. Cognivore, yeah. Stupid Cognivore. Not making a guy, eh? Saving for something more expensive, are we? Okay, no more Cognivores, for Christ's sake. Island Walk. All lands are islands. Oh my god. Okay, creatures without flying or Island Walk can't attack. Well, that's good though. Who the hell are you? Oh, he's a watcher. Did I just click through my attack step? No blocks. What is the up now? Oh yeah, this is annoying. What is doing that? Orcbound Overseer, 6/6 can't attack. At the beginning of your upkeep, puts one on each creature with modular you control. Yeah, this one is making everything islands. I see now. I see now. Gotta check what Cognivore is after this. Which one of it? Progenitus! Can't attack, thank God. And my opponent scoops, gives me the GG, I'll GG back. And that is Momir Basic, people. If you want to tell me a sweet story from when you played, you can tweet at me at BigBGamingSweet. You can email me at creaturetypesorcery@gmail.com, or just leave a comment here on YouTube. I would love to hear some fun stories from your Momir Basic adventures. Until next time, bye bye.